Hello everybody, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. We are in Japan for the B-League, and this GUNMA Thunder is taking on KYOTO HANNARYZ. So a battle of East against West, a battle of one team that is steaming towards the playoffs and another team that is at the other end of the spectrum, not going to be in the postseason here in the Open House Arena. With a lot of expectations about this season, about this close of season, and about the playoffs that are just ahead. In fact, GUNMA Thunders can punch their ticket for the playoffs today if Leavanga Hokkaido fall in their game. So they will just be concerned, obviously, about what they can do in front of them today, which is to take care of business against the team they should beat. Certainly, if you look at the standings, GUNMA Thunder second in the East in that left column, and KYOTO HANNARYZ third from bottom at 18 and 37 in the West, and also riding a three-game losing streak. Of course, GUNMA Thunder's behind RESONA, and those two teams just played in the at the weekend and split their two encounters, and there is the respective wild card hunt as well. So still a lot to be decided throughout. You can see Leavanga Hokkaido can ill afford to lose today at 34-21. They've had a brilliant season. They don't want to just miss out. And right now, if the season were over today, they would be missing out. But KYOTO HANNARYZ, they've got a great lineup, and certainly on their day can come out and can compete with anybody. And just going through that lineup, in fact, if you see the KYOTO team with Shuma Nishibe, Charles Jackson, Asato Ogawa, Angelo Calario, who actually was injured for much of the season and is now back. They've got Monet Alex Hall. That would in fact be the starting five. Then with Ryumu Onu coming off the bench, Leon Shibuta, Ryonosuke Watanabe, and they've got Faraz Rashid, Ira Brown, who played for Japan's national team, of course, back in the day, Jordan Heath, big-time player for this team, and also the veteran Takatoshi Furukawa, who is always worth the price of admission, so to speak. So Nishibe, Jackson, Ogawa, Calario, and Hall in the starting five today for KYOTO.
And number 39, Monet Alex Hall. The HANNARYZ head coach is
Look at the respective numbers for both of these teams, what they're getting done statistically. And again, you can see that overall, the advantage with GUNMA Thunders. In fact, KYOTO are third in steals, so that's a good number at 8.4 per game. But they are the second worst turnover team. They commit 14.5 per game. GUNMA shooting 36.9%, which is second in the competition from three-point range, and they're top in free throws at a very scalding hot 80.3%. So 8 out of every 10 free throws they're attempting, they're making. And again, you look back at their games against Utsunomiya Brex. GUNMA Thunder winning that game 2, 74-66. They just did not. They wanted to get the sweep, and well, they didn't get it, but they did come out, and they did enough to, I think, kind of remind everybody that they're right there. They're one of the teams that you have to look at as a potential champion in this competition. should be said as well that this is not a team that is short of firepower. HANNARYZ Timon from Germany, the German international, the World Cup winner, the Eurobasket champion, the longtime Alba Berlin player. He's in this team. Big signing along with Kerry Blackshear Jr., of course. And for KYOTO, what can you say about that man that hasn't been said already? Charles Jackson has gotten done over the years and continues to be a force for this team. You know, every player has his health issues, but here he is still battling away, and it is not much fun going up and trying to keep him out of that low post. You can see the strength that he has, the strength and the length and the finishing ability. So GUNMA Crane Thunders, as we look at their lineup, Yuma Fuji, you've got Takuto Nakamura, excuse me, Blackshear, Hosokawa, Timon, Ko Flippin, Naoto Tsuji, Makoto Sato doesn't play a lot. AJ Odu does, though, the Gilas International, Philippines international player in this team. Kenny Asano, and also Daichi Taniguchi. Keep an eye on Tsuji, Naoto Tsuji, very big player in this team, not just today, but moving forward. They'll be looking for him to be one of the vital players. He is the captain of this team, so not just from a leadership standpoint, a vocal standpoint, but a performance standpoint, averaging 7.7 points, 2.2 assists, and 3-point threat. Ko Flippin averaging almost 50 minutes per game, 4.5 points, 2.7 assists. So coming off the bench, those two guys will get big minutes, and the biggest will be off the bench from Edu with 7 points, 6.6 rebounds, 1.9 assists, a real shot blocker. Yuma Fuji, though, he's solid. Comes in at 8.8 points per game, 2.6 assists. He's 1.78 meters in height, now 34 years of age. Nakamura, these players that can also knock it down from deep, 9.3 points per game, 2.9 assists. Kerry Blackshear, again, just has the total package, just contributes across the board. 15.7 points, 7.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists per game. And again, that starting five includes Hosokawa at 7 points per game, and HANNARYZ Timon, there he is. Averages 21.5 minutes per game, 10.8 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. Kyle Milling, the head coach. So they're in a good spot right now, and they also have good depth in this team, which every team needs, and it's what allows them to, overcome perhaps the loss of key players. Every team's going to have its injuries.
Let's go!
Referees Kato, Takaki Kato, the big FIBA referee, Hosoda, and Kaji, Takachichi Kaji. So Trey McKinney-Jones not dressed out for today, and that's the big absence that I was talking about for this GUNMA Crane Thunders team. So oftentimes when you look at the rosters in a competition, it's depth that is the most important thing, because of the long season, players will have their knocks. Again, the starting fives for both teams. Again, that number 39 for KYOTO HANNARYZ, Monet Alex Hall. But I'm really curious to see Glario today and how well he plays. Well, hello everybody. We are underway here in Japan, the B.LEAGUE battle between GUNMA Crane Thunders and KYOTO HANNARYZ. And 3-point shot already coming out and smoking hot. Johannes Timon. GUNMA Crane Thunders preferring the dark uniforms here at home. So now looking for a response, KYOTO HANNARYZ, and they get it down low. Good defense, keeping out Hall. Quickly the other way. Now here comes KYOTO again on the break, and a foul has been called. Jackson down low, takes the bump. He had Clario open, but elected to shoot it, and he will get to the line. So here's Jackson. And far too hard on that first attempt. 32 years of age. Been in Germany since the 2019 season when he joined Sunrockers Shibuya. Also played for Hiroshima Dragonflies, Yokohama B Corsairs, and since 2023 KYOTO. GUNMA Crane Thunders, they don't want to play with fire. They want to put away this KYOTO team if they can early, but turn it over, and Jackson falls down, pull it back outside. There's Timon. Dribbles to his left. Now Blackshear drives in. Oh, what a dunk that was. Kind of already beside the rim, but was able to extend his arm and get the jam. Jackson turning. Gets inside, and another foul is called. And have they called the foul Jackson? That's the question. Have they called the charge barreling into Timon? Judging from the look of Jackson, they have indeed. Oh, just got him with the contact in the head first, and then Timon went down. I'm not sure which one they called, but they called one of them. For whatever the reason, he didn't like it. And again, it's GUNMA Crane Thunders with the opportunity. Three-point look from the wing. Osakawa's got that in his arsenal.
First person.
So Gary Blackshear talking to the refs. Got to get out after picking up his first personal. AJ Edu checks into the game. Clario takes it in, and great follow on the other side. Excellent work, Nishibe. So Shuma Nishibe attacking the offensive glass and getting a good reward. There's Timon showing the smooth Timon is all about a mix of size, but also smooth, finesse, panache. You know, he will show power if he has to, but he has so much of the other qualities in his game. Just looks so good doing it. What a great play that was. Nice cut, nice pass from Jackson to Calerio. Ball batted out of bounds. So going back the other way. The big question is, how good can AJ Edu become? Because you feel like he's getting better every year. He's not making giant strides, but he's definitely making strides. Ooh, putting his head down, going to the basket, and that time Jackson is able to get to work. Drive, good defense to keep it alive. The pass outside is off. And now from the wing, Calerio lets it go, and he knocks it down. And again, much like Blackshear for GUNMA Crane Thunders, Calerio just does everything. Just the complete player for KYOTO HANNARYZ, and you can understand why their season wasn't nearly what it could have been this year when he missed so many games through injury. Here's the dump down low and the dunk for AJ Edu. Good find. Here's Calerio again. Goes between the legs. Rolls. Gets it back into the corner, wide open. Kind of falling to his right a little bit. In other words, just maybe a tad bit off balance. It's almost like he had to take that shot since he was open, but it didn't feel comfortable. Here's a nice drive. Oh, nice fake. Oh my goodness, out of the top drawer, driving in, and Nakamura showing some handles. Kyle Milling will be pleased with that approach, but this is the area where he wants to see his team really be good. They're going to have to be great on the defensive end if they're going to challenge for the title. And Charles Jackson agitated, talking to the referee. AJ, meanwhile, just goes about his business playing. Code flipping checks into the game. Kenny Asano also comes in, for, as does Suji, the captain. So everybody getting minutes early on for Kyle Milling's GUNMA Crane Thunders. Watanabe, meanwhile, into the game for KYOTO. Jackson again. Did he get it up in time? And unfortunately for KYOTO, no, he did not. But I like the attempt by Coach Issa to get Charles Jackson as many touches as he can, because that will obviously wear down defenses. Here he is playing some defense in the backcourt. Oh, you don't want to give away a cheap foul if you're Jackson. And they do not call the foul. Great defense. Ball goes out of bounds. AJ Edu will be looking over at the ref from like, hey, come on. This is getting a little physical out here. That's a foul right there, I think. That could have been called. So I think Charles Jackson fortunate, and I think also AJ Edu very fortunate he didn't turn it over in the end. Code flipping. Good player to have out there when you need to break down a defense off the dribble. Here he is again. Code flipping, high arcing shot, no good. Now Calerio brings it up the floor. There's Timon on Calerio. Now the switch, Edu. Timon's turn to guard Jackson. They've already been going at each other a couple of times. There's the miss. Flipping Rebounds and runs. Looks up the floor. Thought about going all the way. Does not. Now the ball passed around. Tsuji, nice pass outside. And Ko Flippin elects not to rush the shot up. Good decision making by Ko Flippin. Nice bounce pass, and Timon's pass almost intercepted. And boy, Flippin goes up, and Calerio just showing you how big and strong he is defensively. Just eliminating that opportunity. And Jackson, meanwhile, goes to the other end and cuts the deficit to 2 points. Then looks over at the bench and says, hey, coach, I need a couple minutes to breathe, catch my breath. He has played almost 7 minutes already. Timon, deep. Looking fresh today. Looking more and more like his old self since coming back from the long injury a few weeks ago. Here's a jump shot, clangs off the back of the rim. Tsuji lets it fly. Oh, doesn't drop. Good follow. Sato! How about that? Both teams getting some good work on the offensive glass by X-Factor players. And here is the bounce pass stolen. Triggers a break for Ko Flippin. And boy, did he finish that one well. Just kind of hesitated, then exploded. And had an easy shot. And with 1:40 remaining, GUNMA Crane Thunders go back up by 6 points. All the ball knocked away from Jackson, but picked up out of the baseline by Nishiba. And then Asano called for the foul. Furukawa checks into the game. Jordan Heath as well. A couple of very strong substitutes coming into the game. Also, Shibuta wants to come in. Next dead ball. Charles Jackson getting a breather. 3-point shot. What a follow through, and taken with confidence by Shibuta. So it did come into the game, in fact. Nice passing. Furukawa. Asano rather hands it off. Three-point look. Tsuji hoping they would blow the whistle. They do not. Ball back into the game. Furukawa, not shy. Jordan Heath going for the putback dunk. He's denied, but he's fouled. Yeah, he was definitely going for the dunk. AJ Edu wasn't having any of that. But Edu does pick up the foul. I thought that was pretty good defense. I also think it was a good chance. I think it was the right approach from Jordan Heath, because when you're strong with the basketball, you're going hard at the rim, you're forcing that defensive player to make a play and forcing the referee to make a call. He only makes one of two. Heath on the other end, on the defensive end, ranks 3rd overall in blocks And Coach Flippin a little bit out of control this time and called for the foul. Watch this, goes behind the back, kind of lost it, and barges right into the Kyoto player. And now he thinks, why did you call on me? I mean, but the thing is, he had lost control of the ball, and then in the chase, he smashed into his opponent. So, GUNMA Crane Thunders finding themselves in a real game right now against West Conference strugglers Kyoto HANNARYZ. Kyoto could take the lead if they knock down a three. And here's a foul up high on Flippin. I agree with Coach Flippin on that one. I mean, if anybody is fouling, it's Calerio, because he was moving, and Coach Flippin was doing his best just to avoid him. It was almost Calerio initiating the contact there, so very unlucky sequence. I mean, the first foul, Coach Flippin was right, but the second one, not right, in my opinion. Ira Brown checks into the game. And Clara, meanwhile, escapes. Gets out of there without that first foul being called on him. And Shibuta, meanwhile, goes to the stripe and makes the first. And in fact, sinks both, so he takes advantage. And Taniguchi comes into the game, the big fella. So he replaces AJ Edu. Trying to hold it for the last shot. Nice bounce pass. Oh, a little bit of a change of direction dribble. Nice play, Kerry Blackshear. Shibuta gets it up from a long way out, and he almost made it. Wow, that was a good attempt. You know, those guys practice that. Anyways, 20-18, GUNMA Crane Thunders on top of Kyoto HANNARYZ, and a real humdinger here in the B League at the end of one. 20-18 as we get underway here in the second quarter. That first miss, but then followed at the other end by a bucket. And Nakamura has played well today here in this first half. Very aggressive and lovely finish. Makes the bump from Shibuta, ensuring that he will go to the line. So he makes the hard shot, then misses the easy one. Misses the free throw. And it's still 22-18 in favor of Gunma Crane Thunders, who, remember, can punch their ticket for the playoffs today if they win. And Lavanga Hokkaido lose. Hands it off Tsuji. Nice back and forth they go. Give and go bounce pass, and you can count it. Excellent work, Blackshear. Great passing. A play like this has to be particularly pleasing for Kyle Miller. I mean, they're making that defense work. 85.9% at the free throw line is Kerry Blackshear, which is 9th in the league. And Hosokawa, meanwhile, checks into the game. But before that, we're going to have a timeout with 8:50 remaining. Coach Issa wants to change something up on defense. So Kerry Blackshear goes to the line. His team already up 24-18 after the made bucket, and shows you why he's one of the best free throw shooters in the B-League. Easily makes that one to go up, take the lead up by 7. Bounce pass to the corner, and you can count it. Excellent work. Drilling it to close the gap. Back to just 4 points. Good work by Hall. And they're going to have to make some shots today if they're going to win this game, clearly from deep. Great work. Sano passing it to the corner. Gucci missing it from the right. And they battle, the whistle blows. Comes back into the game. Seeing Hall knock down that three-pointer, that's something that might want to explore a little bit. He shot it very well this season, better than 35% from three-point range. Excuse me, that was Jordan Heath making that three. So we know that he can shoot it as well. Here he is again, puts it on the deck. Hall can also shoot it, however. Here's a drive, little runner. And Jackson, or rather Ira Brown, passes it back outside. And another three attempt. Good work on the glass, but instead it's Kerry Blackshear that comes up, and then Hall commits the foul on Blackshear. Second foul on Hall. So he's going to go out of the game. Blackshear, 29 years of age. Three-point look, and you can count it for Hosokawa, his second three of the game. Beautiful drive, miss. But the foul. Gunma Crane Thunder's just gradually piling the pressure on here. Blackshear again. Oh, falls down, travels. Oh, the foul called. He'll take it. Former Florida and Virginia Tech man.
Foul. HANNARYZ number 16, Watanabe.
I mean, there's some hand checking going on there, but I'm not sure there was a foul. I don't think Watanabe can quite believe it. Flipping comes back into the game, so those things kind of even out over the course of the game. Remember, Coach Flippin was called for that foul when Calerio looked like he was clearly moving into him on the screen at the other end. And Blackshear, meanwhile, goes back to the line where he's so good. Both free throws are good. So 3.5 minutes into this second quarter, it's what we see so often when this Gunma Crane Thunder's team plays. We see Kerry Blackshear begin to assert himself. And now here he is coming up with the steal. Oh, that was almost an over and back after the steal. But again, Kerry Blackshear right in the thick of things. Pass down, outside it goes, and how about the three-pointer? Taniguchi, he's big, he's a veteran, and he's not holding back. Three-point shot is good, and it's now a 12-point advantage, and the pressure just continues to build. the thing is, it doesn't feel like KYOTO HANNARYZ are playing badly. It's just GUNMA Crane Thunders just turning up their game. Oh, nice shot. I mean, that was a very difficult shot. Great balance by Shibuda. Great touch. Coach flipping. No path to the basket for him. There's Blackshear, finds the open man from deep, and he's fouled as well by Jordan Heath. Fuji going to the line for a 4-point play. The landing space perhaps taken away. Watch this. And this is all because they're making the extra pass. And Jordan Heath wants to get a hand in the face, but he has to know he can't take away the landing space. And in fact, he just kind of, his momentum carries him into the shooter. And Fuji knows exactly what to do. When there's contact, you go down, and it just makes it an easier call for the referee. 13 points, the advantage. And he does indeed get a 4-point play. And it's a 14-point advantage. How big that play is, just kind of for a team like KYOTO just scrapping away, trying to stay within striking distance. To give up a 4-point play is brutal. Shibuda confidently, though, steps into a 3. And how good has he been since coming into the game? 10 points already. So great work. The shot from the wing was good. So let you enjoy these highlights. Good balance scoring for GUNMA Crane Thunders right now, led by Blackshear's 9 points, 6 for Hosokawa, 5 for Johannes Timon, and 4 apiece for Nakamura and Fuji. And the other thing is you got great support from the bench with 4 players coming off the bench and contributing. Taniguchi hit a 3. Kenny Asano scored. AJ Edu scored. 5 of 10 from 3-point range. So both teams shooting it well from 3-point range. Coach Flippin has a bucket on that fast break. And again, the 5 of 10 mark from 3-point range, very pleasing for Kyle Milling, but especially because they're making the extra passes and they're getting some good looks. You know, they're not taking bad shots. 10 points for Shibuta coming off the bench, leading KYOTO almost single-handedly keeping his team in the game right now. But I don't think they can depend on that the rest of the way. Again, I don't have too much of a problem with the way that KYOTO are playing. I mean, maybe defensively they could pick it up a little bit slow reacting. You don't want to give away a 4-point play. Definitely made the attempt to go to Jackson early on. They pass it around. Here's Coach Flippin. Get him to take a difficult shot. You'll like that. That is not, I don't think, his strength. I think he wants to be going to the basket. Charles Jackson defended a long way from the basket. And this time AJ Edu whistled for the foul. That's the 4th team foul, so no free throws. AJ Edu, another one of those SWAT kings, among the league leaders in blocks. Player back in the game, right at the elbow, tries to get it to Jackson, but this time A.J. Edu wins the battle, knocks it away. Wasn't the best pass from Calerio. Although maybe you could also argue that Jackson needed to get his position a little bit differently there. Here is the handoff to Timon. Hosokawa, will it be his third three of the day? Yes, it will. And the 6th three of the game for the home team, GUNMA Crane Thunders. Well, Jackson fouled by Flippin. Third foul Flippin, so I'm guessing he'll come out of the game. He got a lot of ball, but probably got his right wrist as well. Nevertheless, Nakamura checks into the game over the limit, so free throws now for KYOTO. Coach, it's again, I think his game plan, there's nothing wrong with it. If a team is going to make shots the way that this GUNMA Crane Thunders team has made 6 or 5 threes today. I thought they had another 3, but I guess maybe they counted that as a 2. It was 40-26. There's Furukawa missing it. Offensive rebound, good work. Calerio putting it up and in. So Furukawa getting open and good work on the glass. A couple of different KYOTO players. Also Watanabe in there getting a touch. And a timeout with 3:22 remaining. And have we got some type of challenge possibly? No. Forty to 28. Pressure in the backcourt. GUNMA Crane Thunders get it over. Timon has it. Oh, step through. And good defense forcing the turnover. Shibuda has it. Ooh. Oh, tough pass to Calerio. He's not going to get that. They tried to force it so they could get a layup. Needs to be a little bit smarter. Nowhere to go. Both teams kind of in a rush. Nakamura fortunate not to turn it over here. That was Nakamura just doing great, playing great defense. Getting the hand up, preventing the handoff. Nagawa comes back into the game. Stop, but no pop. Now Jackson, will he try to go at Timon again? Looks like he might. Here he goes. Timon drifts back, and good soft touch from Charles Jackson. Coming up on the back of Jackson. And a little lob. Great play by Timon. And what makes this successful, this player, is that when he catches the ball up high, he keeps it up high. Watch this. He doesn't bring it down. He keeps it up. And he's fouled by Gawa. If he takes it down, he loses the advantage, Timon. But instead, he gets bumped while the ball's up high, and he ends up with free throws. He just has a off-the-charts IQ as it relates to how to play the game. Doesn't miss the free throw. Well, GUNMA Crane Thunders fans wondering if this is going to be the year. Maybe, in fact, they're wondering, is this going to be the day when they put their place in the playoffs? Bonga right now leading at Akita Northern Happiness, so it's unlikely that it's going to happen today. They're up by 17 points in the second quarter. Here's Timon, catches it. Hands it off. Good drive, good pass. I like how Asana's playing today. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's getting the minutes because of it. And again, good aggressive play. And the foul sends Kerry Blackshear to the free throw line. This is Nakamura missing everything, so a little fortunate. So another timeout here with 1:37 remaining in this first half. Well, there's Shibuda. He's had a really good first half today. He has done Yeoman's work in that backcourt. Charles Jackson has worked very hard as well. Shibuda coming off the bench has scored 10 points. He averages 6.4 points per game, so it tells you what kind of game he's had and what he's meant to this Kyoto team as they look for that additional spark to try to get the upset. But it's never good news when you're putting Kerry Blackshear on the free throw line. Kerry Blackshear makes the first. And makes the second. Well, just those Kerry Blackshear fans, GUNMA Crane Thunder fans cheering on. A lot of seats filled in this arena today. Open house arena, Ota. An offensive foul gives it back to GUNMA Crane Thunders. Charles Jackson beside himself, not liking it. Takaki Kato, the most experienced of these referees, making that call. Well, Charles Jackson has to exit the game, except his second foul. Coach Issa, in fact, calling a timeout. Now he's going to get back up. Let's have a look at this again. Well, I think Timon did a good job of getting tangled up there with Jackson, but Jackson kind of raised the arm. Yeah, they could have called that on Timon as well. Well, these Kyoto fans, even with their team having no chance of advancing to the playoffs, still showing a lot of support for this team. Again, Lubanga Hokkaido's lead now has grown to 19 points, so they are not giving up the ghost at all on their chase for the playoffs. You saw they're in the wild card hunt, just occupying that last place outside the wild card. I really feel like they must be in a must-win game today at Akita Northern Hakonets. A lot of it depends on who these teams are playing down the stretch. Jump shot no good. Calerio has it. Gets rid of it. Gawa back to Calerio. It was in front of him. Calerio catches it, steps back. He was so open that he wasn't going to pass up the opportunity. Oh, and an offensive foul called on Kenny Asano. Let's see if we can figure this one out. Ooh. I don't fully understand that one. That's his third foul. I guess they're calling that a moving screen as he was handing the ball off. Issa will take anything he can get right now. Oh, the bank shot. Got to count it. Furukawa will take it. The backboard is your friend. So final seconds ticking off the clock here at the end of the first half here in the Open House Arena. OTA. Oh, Moore lost the handle, gets it back. Timon. And that is it. So at the end of a hard-fought first half, it's GUNMA Crane Thunders leading KYOTO HANNARYZ 43-32. We'll be right back.
some noise for the amazing Thunder Girls and Sounda Good.
Well, here we are at halftime, looking back at the highlights in the first half. Johannes Tiemann starting off proceedings with a three-pointer and kind of setting the tone early on. Then Kerry Blackshear just with a sensational dunk later in the half. Looked like he had already almost flown past the rim, but he was still able to reach up and dunk it. You had Hosokawa catching this pass wide open and doing what Hosokawa does. Excuse me, that was Nakamura getting it to Hosokawa, and Hosokawa making that three-pointer. Charles Jackson's been effective at times, and they need to get Calerio more involved. They need more points from him. Look for him to perhaps step it up in the second half. And this was the clear attempt early on to get Charles Jackson involved in the offense. Shibuta, a real good performance off the bench in the first half. He's got 10 points, well above his season average of 6. And Nakamura, just a terrific drive. Excuse me, Nakamura. Yeah, Nakamura. And then here is the dish as well to Kerry Blackshear. What do you do to slow him down? It's impossible to slow down. Hosokawa again, open from the wing, and then you had the pass down low. They continue to get it to the open man, and Taniguchi knocks down the three. Flipping, passing it back to Taniguchi. This time he doesn't shoot it. They continue to pass, and then you get the 4-point play with the foul from Jordan Heath on Fuji. Hosokawa takes his third three and makes it. And there simply is, well, a lot to like about this effort from GUNMA Crane Thunder. 6 of 14 from three-point range in the first half. Charles Jackson trying to do what he can to keep Kyoto in it. And Furukawa banking in that little runner right into the lane. But it's an 11-point lead for GUNMA Crane Thunders, who came in hoping today to punch their ticket for the playoffs, but it doesn't seem likely with Luvanga Hokkaido up 63-47 over Akita. And as you look at the early numbers, the field goal percentage from both teams, not too bad really from Kyoto HANNARYZ either. But GUNMA getting to the line a little bit more. A couple more threes have gone in. Kyoto working hard on the glass. 18 points in the paint for the home team, 14 for Kyoto, 13 points from the bench for Kyoto, so you gotta like that. And again, this was a key play. I think it was anyway. While we sort that one out. 15 points off turnovers have been scored by GUNMA Crane Thunders. I think the host broadcasters are talking about this play. It's hard to know specifically what it is that they like about it. I would assume it's going to finish with a bucket. Shibuta driving and missing. And I guess maybe from a defensive standpoint, that was what was being discussed. So Kerry Blackshear, 29 years of age, kind of in his peak form. Charles Jackson, let's see if he can get it going. Blackshear started his professional career in Israel, then moved to Turkey. Galatasaray for the 2021-22 season, and he moved to Japan 2022, and spent a few seasons with Hiroshima Dragonflies, and he joined GUNMA Crane Thunders 2025. So this is his first season with the Ukraine Thunders. A very savvy pickup at that. And again, Johannes Timon just taking what the defense gives them as we get underway in the second half. And the lead is 13. Calerio. He knows he's got to get it going, and that was Hall. Great drive by Hall. Wow, terrific. Gets the contact from Hoshikawa. Probably fouled a couple of times on that drive and was strong enough, even fading away, to make the shot. So Hall has really, for me, stood out for this Kyoto team. We've seen some good stuff from him today. Needs to make the free throw. Asano checks into the game. And Hall does make the free throw this time. And gets it back to a 10-point game. Nakamura. Good rebound. Oh! Blackshear with the offensive foul, kind of clearing out. Going into Calerio. Ooh. Here, Blackshear trying to sell the idea that he kind of leaned in and then took a dive, but I don't know. I think there was too much physicality offered by Blackshear on that one. That three-pointer is good. So Ogawa contributing and getting it back to a 7-point deficit. And Kyle Milling is up and stirring over there in front of that GUNMA Crane bench. Oh boy, and gotta be careful. Blackshear doesn't want to pick up another foul, blocking foul. A couple of screens being set by Blackshear that are very close. He is catching it, gets it into the paint, goes up strong and gets the foul. So Kerry Blackshear going back to the free throw line where he is perfect today. 5 of 5. And I think Kerry Blackshear, he was almost fouled before the shot. Six of 6 now at the strike, Kerry Blackshear. Legacy maker, look at that. That is quite a poster or placard. And he makes the second. So you got to score and you got to get stops. Kyoto team have it within them for both. Ogawa drives in and wonderful play. Sublime finish. Here's the drive. Oh, good rim protection, but a foul call. Very close. Good attempt at the block. Fuji steps up to the line and makes the first. Had the 4-point play in the first half. So once again, it's a 9-point lead. And again, the challenge, you got to get those stops. Just wonder if at some point if we might see a little bit of pressure from Kyoto to try to create some turnovers. Ooh. And this time, Fuji reaches in and commits the foul. And Claria goes over and says, come on, man, this is a foul. Well, I don't know. So he loses that argument. That plea falls on deaf ears. Furukawa checks in, brings a little bit of offense. Fuji's sticking to him like glue. Look at it. Here he is. He gets driving in, putting it up off the glass. Agawa missing. Chiba Jets man, Agawa. He played for John Patrick. Furukawa, like he grazed the net. So that foul on Johannes Tiemann. Game's kind of having a lot of stoppages here in the third quarter. 9 points difference and falling down. Fuji up to Blackshear. He gets it back, puts it up for 3. And great job rebounding the miss by Calerio. Falls out of bounds. The McCrane Thunder defense really trying to step up now, and now they have forced a turnover. And that is about as painful as it gets as an offense that is looking for a way back into the game to turn it over like this. And inside it goes. Kenny Asano continues to contribute. I would love to hear the thoughts on Kyle Milling about his progress, Kenny Asano, because he is definitely making some positive steps. He's back to 11. It's just really tough. The defense out of the perimeter. Furukawa gets it up. Box out by Tiemann. Nakamura quickly up the floor. Good job. Kenny Asano drives in, puts up a little mid-range and uses the glass. He really has impressed, hasn't he? Great job, Kenny Asano. And the timeout called by Kyoto. It's hard enough stopping Blackshear and also all these other guys in this lineup, Tiemann, and then when Kenny Asano comes in and starts piling on the pressure, it really makes life difficult. Another bucket. Good job, Jackson. Coming out of the timeout, you want to go inside. You want to get the big fella going. You need some solutions. He's providing some solutions for his players. But you always get back to this end. Can you get stops? And with Blackshear able to take shots like that, absorbing contact, I mean, it's almost impossible unless a double team comes. You almost have to force the ball out of his hands. Calerio foul. Oh, traveling. He's not going to like that. Look at this again. Oh, no. I'm not seeing that. Jordan Heath comes back in. Hit that three-pointer from the right corner in the first half, but was also guilty of giving up the foul in the four-point play. Ira Brown also in playing some defense out on the perimeter. There's a shot from the wing. Brown swoops in for the rebound. Oh, Gawa left his feet, almost traveled. Good defense, Asano. Well, per minute played today, great defense by Furukawa. Per minute played, you'd have to say, be hard-pressed to get any better from Asano. Here is a drive, and again, Kerry Blackshear making difficult shots. He's got 17 points. And out of all the acquisitions after last season, you have to wonder in terms of signing players if he has been the biggest. Oh, beautiful play. Nice drive and a handoff to Jordan Heath, making the bucket. So I was right the first time. It was actually Hall that had the three, and it was not Jordan Heath, excuse me. So Jordan Heath now with 3 points. And meanwhile, it's a 13-point lead, and you can see he's so frustrated. They've got Blackshear out of the game. This might be their chance. 3-point shot, no good from number 9, Suji. Gotta get good shots. Nice bounce pass. Oh, great recovery by Edu. Again, one of the leading shot blockers in Japan. Look at this. And that's no mean feat with Ira Brown. He's getting a little bit older, but he's still got some hops. Thought he was gonna have an easy one. AJ Edu said, not in my house. Calerio hands it off. Furukawa goes behind the back, drives in, goes to the left hand. They battle for the rebound. Timon comes up with it. Here's Code flipping. The three-pointer is good. Well, I think he likes going to the basket more than shooting the threes, but he can hit the three. And now it gets really difficult for Kyoto. They just can't get the stops that they need. Have a chance. Calerio kind of just pauses, and the charge is called ultimately. And I think Kyle Milling is saying you need to go look at this because he thinks this is an unsportsmanlike on Calerio. So they will indeed look at it.
ただいまのファウルのグレードを確認中です。
Watch. Gets him with the right elbow. Is this a basketball move as he brings his, as he goes back the other way? I just don't think they're going to call this because it looks like a basketball move to me. Okay, here's the play. They're going to keep it. Oh, no, they're going to call the unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike foul.
And that just adds insult to injury for Calerio. I mean, he called him with the elbow, so that's not up for dispute. What is the question, in my opinion, is he making a basketball move? Which to me, it looked like he kind of was. He was bringing the ball over from right to left to cut back into the lane. It wasn't like his arm took an awkward movement to make contact with Nakamura. But it could be that the referees saw that differently and saw that it was not necessarily a basketball move. So Nakamura makes one of two. And GUNMA Crane Thunder's just kind of almost putting this game out of reach right now. I really hope that Kyle Milling gives Asano good minutes, even more minutes today, because I'm really curious to see how well he plays. Great moves. Team on, just wonderful footwork. That was positively Patrick Ewing-esque, the way he was moving down low with his feet. Heath lets the three-pointer fly, and you can just feel the air just seeping out of the balloon right now for the visitors, for Kyoto. It's been a very difficult quarter for them. Now they get it down low, and there's Asano once again. My goodness, I mean, he really is playing like a revelation today. No Trey McKinney-Jones either today, so they're doing well without him. And the three-pointer right before the shot clock buzzer. Kenya Asano came in averaging 2.3 points per game. He actually played for Kyoto back in 2022-23 season, then went to San-In, and he's been now with GUNMA Crane Thunder. This is his second season. He's 23 years of age. He doesn't turn 24 until August 16th, so he's got time on his side. So keep an eye on Kenny Asano. Look at him making himself available in the right corner. Terrific play, terrific drive. Oh my goodness. And AJ Odu just got an extra rebound for that. It's just, he misses the shot, he gets the rebound, then puts it up and in.
Good defense, hands up. Timon and Kyoto just kind of falling apart here in this third quarter. Sano did have 7 points against Kawasaki recently. Three-pointer, that's good. Another. And the wheels have come off for Kyoto in the third quarter. Foul on Tsuji, the captain. But again, I'm fascinated by, okay, so Kenny Asano did have 10 points at Utsunomiya in a win for Gunma Crane Thunders back on February 1st. He had 14, in fact, against Akita, at Akita in a win on November 9th. So that was his season high. I'm not sure he's going to get to that, but he's got 8 points. Here's Ira Brown. Did he get off in time? Doesn't matter, doesn't go in. So Gunma Crane Thunders turn on the style. Look at that, outscoring Kyoto 27-12 in the third quarter. They've outscored them 50-26 in the last two quarters. It is a rout, 70-44. Gunma Crane Thunders just piling on the agony for Kyoto. Well, 10 minutes remaining, and Kyoto right now just battling for respect here. Keith Calerio back in the game for Kawa and for Kyoto. Ira Brown. Taniguchi called for the foul. And I'm thinking, if I'm Kyle Milling, pretty soon here, that given Terry Blackshear maybe the rest of the day off to get to the end of the season, chance to rest up and avoid any type of serious injury. Furukawa knocks down the three. And you know Terry Blackshear wants to play, so that probably has to be figured into the equation as well. Nice pass down low, great play. Nice finish, Nakamura. And Nakamura, Hosokawa, Fuji, all having great games today. Furukawa, meanwhile, giving a little bit of support from the bench today. The veteran Japanese, former Japanese national team star. And timeout on the court. Well, you see the scoring leaders, Blackshear with 17, pacing once again this GUNMA Crane Thunders team, which is just going to be in the playoffs. We just don't know what position they're going to be, and you'd have to think that they're one of the favorites to go all the way. Shibuta with 10 coming off the bench, all scored in the first half, leading KYOTO. Taniguchi missing it from the corner. Heath open, why not? Good job, Coach Flippin swooping in for the rebound. Brown picks up the foul. Ira Brown, remember him? He actually tried to make it in baseball, and he was playing professional baseball, but just didn't make it all the way and decided to go back to college, played at Gonzaga, and has had a nice professional career, which has seen him come to Japan. Come on, Kyle, let's get Kenny Asano back in. We want to see him go for a season high today. 72-49. Oh, Fuji catches it back. Nice behind the back pass from Flippin. Did not get it off in time. A little bit of showtime from Ko. Ko Show, the show from Ko. Furukawa, nice hesitation, gets it up. Good job getting across midcourt. Tsuji. Now Taniguchi's not shy about getting up the threes, is he? And that's why he can shoot it. 6 points, all 6 coming from three-point range today. Taniguchi, 36 years of age, measures 2.01 meters in height. So he's a power forward / center. Stretch and diving out off the court, going for the basketball, down 26 points. And hopefully we're okay here. Gosh knows, how far back did he go? So Calario shows you what he's made of. Going for the basketball. Oh, I mean, that fan right there is very lucky that Calario saw he was about to collide with him in the face and kind of jumped up and out. But that's kind of why, you know, when the game is pretty much over, you sometimes think, especially with the guys that have had some injury issues, get them out of the game and let them rest. That's a three if it goes, it doesn't. There's a rebound for Blackshear. Nice handoff, Coach Flippins look good in this second half. Fuji with the layup. Taniguchi's been in a rich vein of form. He's recently 3 of 3 against Kawasaki from 3-point range, 2 of 4 against Sunrocker Shibuya. 2 of 3 back in January against Saga Ballooners. Also 2 of 3 against Koshigaya. So timeout on the court. 77-49, Gunma Crane Thunder's cruising right now against KYOTO. .45 remaining. And ball goes out of bounds. And unfortunately for KYOTO, off of them. Rashid. Good job getting up, almost forces turnovers. Fuji continues to hustle. On the ball to Blackshear, swings it. Taniguchi, will it be another one? Yes, it will! Golly, he has been knocking them down. Third 3 of the day. Kyle Millick must be thinking Taniguchi's 3-point shooting is going to really potentially be a weapon. A weapon in a key situation down the stretch of the season, maybe in a close game. Hall back in the game. Hands it off to Shibuda to the corner, 3-point shot, and Rashid showing that he's got some game, doesn't he? That was a nice follow through for the 28-year-old. In the back and the foul. Well, Rashid says that he has the Mamba mentality. Of course, that's the Mamba was Kobe Bryant. Not afraid of anything. Captain Tsuji coming back into the game for Gunma Crane. Drive, not able to finish it. Nice pass down low, flipping. Taniguchi, will it be a 4th? Just off that time, but it is a good looking shot. Oh, nice pass. Nice give and go. And pass to the corner, and Rashid again. Wow. Well, you watch this and you're like, where has this guy been? It's 2 in a row from the right corner. Look at that. Wide open. Well, Rashid has, you know, all you can do if you're a player like Rashid and you're looking for playing time is you do what you do. You make the most of those minutes. Also played for Chiba Jets back from 2019 to 2023. Did Rashid. (80-55), GUNMA Crane Thunders just kind of cruising to the end. So Kenny Asano does come back into the game. We'll see if he can get to his season high of 14 points, but that pass intercepted. Oh. And interestingly, Shibuda, who makes the 2 threes, misses the layup. Explain that. Here's the handoff, and Timon doesn't make it. Chance to go. Low dribble. Kenny Asano. I don't know if he's frustrated with the call or with his teammates. It's been a relatively quiet game for AJ Edu, but a lot of these linchpins in this team like Edu and Timon haven't really had to be great all game long, because they were, when they were in early, they were really good. Edu's played 15 minutes, 4 points, a couple rebounds, a couple of assists, has a block. And that time the ball gets away, intended for Edu. Pass from Nakamura, that'll be his turnover. And Monet Hall comes back in, he's got 6 points. Well, part of you feels bad for Kyoto, because I think really it was kind of the exceptional talent of, especially of Blackshear, which kind of knocked them off the rails today. And they just caved in the third quarter. Certainly didn't come with a bad attitude. They played hard, but it's just been a thankless task. They haven't been able to get their main guys going. Calario today, you know, needs to really be big for them. He's only got 7 points, but he's only attempted 6 shots. Charles Jackson's 4-4 from the floor. Sato checks into the game. So or the minutes. And Hall makes the first. Well, it has not been what they were hoping for, neither the season nor the game. Makoto Sato comes in averaging 0.3 points per game. 2 minutes per game. Kind of hard to get a lot of points, but you need players like Sato, obviously, for different reasons, long season, injuries, practice. Gives him an opportunity as well. There's a three-point shot from the wing. But I think with Asano's development and the way that Taniguchi plays, you know, I think if you merit the minutes, the coach is going to give them to you. That's for sure. Final 2:20 to go. GUNMA Crane Thunders again closing in on a spot in the playoffs and not going to get it today with Lubanga winning big at Akita, but I think it's a matter of when rather than if GUNMA Crane does indeed make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. The fact that they're able to take one of the two games against Utsunomiya Brex at the weekend, the team that's just above them in the standings, tells you everything you need to know about this team. They are right there. This is one of the teams that is aspiring to be B-League champions this season. Kenny Asano, why not? He deserved that attempt. Timeout here late in the game. 1:56 remaining. Huge lead, 22 points. Well, you think about Kyle Milling and what must have been the thought process for GUNMA Crane Thunders when they hired him, and you know, everywhere he's been, he's had success. You know, started basically back in 2013, went back to France where he had played. From here's Toulon in the Pro B, and went from assistant coach to the head coach. And he went to Limoges, got him to the playoffs, they did well in the Euro Cup, then moved to Japan in 2020, did great with Yokohama B Corsairs, and then after setting a record number of wins there, then he moved to Hiroshima, and then of course the rest is history. Nice drive and finish for Hall. You know, he won the title with Dragonflies in 2024, which kind of makes you wonder how in the world they did not continue with him. And GUNMA Crane Thunders only too happy to snap him up, and here they are now, I think one of the favorites to win this title. What he likes to do, he says this on his website, is create a team, build confidence, Has clear objectives with his players. And he actually says he looks at his team as a small business. Every player needs to have a role and feel as if they are the most important piece in order for the business to function. Respecting and caring for his team is the basis for creating team chemistry. So some really interesting thoughts from Kyle Milling. It's impossible not to like him when you read all this stuff. Good job, Shibuta, getting in there. And KYOTO making this game look a little more respectable, 82-64. Drive and pass back outside. Down low, another steal. Jabagata. Nice play, Shibuta, and he is pushed. They're definitely not going to win this game, but they're definitely making it a little more respectable here down the stretch. Chance to get this deficit down to 14 points. Final 30 seconds. Three-point shot, no good. Oh. Ball doesn't grab the rebound, and another chance. Well, they're taking time. Here is the drive and the bucket, 18 points to lead, and I don't even know if they're gonna, they're just gonna dribble it out. So 84-66 is gonna be the final. GUNMA Crane Thunders crush KYOTO HANNARYZ 84-66 and get oh so close to clinching a spot in the B.LEAGUE playoffs. GUNMA Crane Thunders, 17 points from Kerry Blackshear Jr. He led the way. Also, Nakamura and Timon contributing 10 points apiece, 9 for Hosokawa, 8 for Fuji. That was the starting lineup. And then Ko Flippin coming off the bench with 9 points, as well as Taniguchi. And Kenny Asano, very impressive, 8 points coming off the bench as well. KYOTO led today by Shibuta's 14 points, 10 of those coming in the first half off the bench. And you can see that both these teams in action again. And GUNMA Crane Thunders play at Hokkaido, a game if they win that one, they'll be in the playoffs. Along, of course, Hokkaido chasing a wild card spot. KYOTO, meanwhile, will be at home against Osaka. Those games on Saturday. So we'll go down to the court. We'll hear from Coach Kyle Milling.
Let's get a big one, Coach.
こんばんは、クレインサンダーズ。はい、皆さん、1、2、3、群馬一丸。
それではミリングヘッドコーチにお話を伺いたいと思います。一戦も負けられない状況の中、しっかり勝つことができました。チームのパフォーマンスどうご覧になっているんでしょうか。Coach, each game is a must win at this point. Started off a little slow, but the boys got it done. Talk about the team's performance today.
We talked about after a high intensity, good battle against Utsunomiya over the weekend. It's always hard to come back on Wednesday with the same intensity. So maybe start off a little slow, but we really needed our bench tonight. Kenny gave us some good minutes. Big dog Daichi gave us some good minutes. And anyway, so it was a good team win.
先週末の週末の宇都宮戦のようなインテンシティ、強度を、そのまま維持して水曜日に持っていきたいと、思ったのでそれをチームに伝えました。今日は本当ベンチの選手の活躍もあってケニーや、谷口選手の活躍もあって今日は勝つことができました。いい試合でした。シーズン序盤はちょっとね第3クォーターが課題だったと思うんですけども今では本当に強みになってんじゃないのかなと思うんですけどいかがでしょうか。Coach, earlier in the season, the third quarter was needed some work, was a point of emphasis, I think, but now it seems like a strength for you guys. Talk about the intensity going into the second half.
No, but we've been talking about putting together 40 minutes throughout the whole year, and I think we've gotten better at that, getting a good start in the third quarter. Super important to start the game good, start the third quarter well, and we got to finish the game, and that's what we've been doing well lately.
最初から本当に課題だった本当40分ハイインテンシティエネルギーを維持するっていうことが課題だったんですけど今にここに来てね本当第3クォーター本当、いい感じでエネルギーが出せてるなと思うそれが勝利につながっていると思います。はい、まあ、ここまで来たらねもうやるべきことをただただやるだけ、メッセージを頂戴したいと思います。Coach, at this point, there's not much, whole lot to say. You got to just walk the walk, I think. 4 more to go. Give the fans a message, please.
4 more games. Hopefully there'll be more, but thank you so much for your support. And big games this weekend in Hokkaido, so please support us on your television on B.LEAGUE Live. And we're going to do our best up in the cold. So thank you again, and we see you in 2 weeks against Sendai. ありがとうございます。
レギュラーシーズンは4試合ですがまだまだ続いていくことを願っています。この後北海道に向かいますがテレビもしくは現地で応援よろしくお願いします。以上カイル・ミリングヘッドコーチでした。それでは本日のヒーローを呼んでみたいと思います。9ポイントスリーポイント1本リバウンド4つ素晴らしいディフェンスを見せてくれました。Number 1 Cole Flip it no We're gonna change it up. We're gonna change it up.
今日キャニーすごい良かった。
ですよね。
じゃあ一緒に。
Let's go, Kenny Asano.
Good to see Kenny Asano getting some recognition
どう
here.
も素晴らしかったよ。本日のパフォーマンス振り返っていかがですか。最長プレー時間だったんじゃないかな今日は。どうだろう。すごいプレー時間が出たんですけど。
正直めっちゃ疲れたんですけどやっぱりたくさん試合出れると楽しいですし疲れたの25歳でしょ23歳じゃあいいよ。
そうね疲れたは違うよな。
疲れてる全然元気なんですけど、
Yes.
はいやっぱりたくさん試合出れて楽しかったんででも後半ちょっとインテンシティが落ちちゃったんで、そこが次の課題かなって思います。
でもね本当自信持ってどんどん打ってもらいたいと思いますケニーさんには。残り4試合順位争いも大混戦ですが、あまりねその方気にしててもいけないと思うんですけど今後のマインドセットはどんな感じですか。
そうですねやっぱりベンチから出る僕がいい強度で入れたらチームも勢いに乗れると思うんで、そういうふうに、ベンチから出るときにすごい意識して、一番戦う姿を見せたいなと思います。
チーム全体に本当エネルギーが伝わるのでガンガンいってください。最後にこの最高のエネルギーの皆さんに 熱いメッセージをお願いします。
今日も、最高の応援ありがとうございました。残り試合が本当少なくなりますけど、僕たちにとって、大事な4試合となるので、引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
本日のヒーロー、Code Flippin' and Kenny Asano。それでは見事勝利を収めた我らが群馬クレインサンダースの選手スタッフに今一度大きな拍手をお願いいたします。
So the post-game wrap on the court is done. All the interviews, I believe. And Eric Kyle Milling just trying to keep their feet on the ground. They've been able to close games out late, doing so very well. They'll be back home in a couple of weeks, but before then they've got some important games, including coming up against Lubanga, as you can see on Saturday. Kenny Asano, meanwhile, talking about the game. Honestly, I'm exhausted today, but I'm young, so it's fine. I need to improve. I always come off the bench, but I'll be more aggressive. Thanks for coming. We still have 4 games left, so keep on cheering. Thanks. Well, he's exhausted because he played more than 23 minutes and played hard. Trey McKinney-Jones, not sure when he's going to be back, but it won't be too soon because you just need as much quality as you could get. And I know that he's eager to come back and help his team, but you know, I'm not exactly sure what his timeline is. But in the meantime, let's go back and look at the highlights. This is the time of day right at the start where Kyoto knows anything is possible, and roared on by their crowd. Gunma Crane Thunders and Johannes Tiemann came right out, buried it. And that was just a sensational dunk by Kerry Blackshear, because again, it looked like he had already gone too far and he was too close to be able to get that extension with his right arm, but he did. And Nakamura and Hosokawa teaming up for the three-pointer. Good pass into the lane to the cutting Calerio. Jackson may be a tad fortunate they didn't blow the whistle there. Shibuta providing a lift in the first half. And that was a great finish by Nakamura. He really did do what he needed to do today to help this team, because as good as Blackshear is, he only becomes better when everybody else can step up and make plays. Hosokawa did exactly what he was asked to do today. He obviously has the reputation of knocking down threes. Taniguchi is not shy about putting them up either. Great passing leading to the four-point play. And just a reliable three-point shooter, Hosokawa. Suji over there on the bench, the captain, happy as can be. Kyoto did try to stay as close as possible, but the third quarter just got away from him.
Boys for the amazing Thunder Girls.
Gallen knocking that one down. He had some moments today where flashbacks. Such a luxury back in the day when he was at Chiba Jets and getting the minutes. But, you know, there's just more talent in that team. Now he's more of the guy that needs to provide a little bit more. His contributions maybe don't stand out as much, but he's still a solid player. Furukawa came in, the veteran today, just to provide some help. Played a lot of minutes. Blackshear just wasn't going to be denied in any way, shape, or form from kind of killing this game off. And meanwhile, Coach Flippin coming out, knocking down a three. So just doing it everywhere. How do you stop this guy with this type of, oh, he might have traveled actually. It looked like he moved his pivot foot. Thought that was a great move. I think he got away with one, Johannes Tiemann. Kenny Asano, terrific catch. Good pass from AJ Edu. Nakamura continues to knock him down. Furukawa getting one to go. Taniguchi again. He had 3 threes today. Taniguchi. It's a weapon. Yeah, he was 3 of 6 from three-point range. Rashid came into the game and made a couple of threes from that right corner. Here is the second one. Nice no-look pass. And again, it's all about the passing. Good job. No look as well from Ono. And the game was over by this point, but Rashid coming out and making the most of his minutes. Finished with 10 points. That's Hall getting the steal. Nice give and go on the break. Finished by Hall. And that was it. So another game, another win for GUNMA Crane Thunders as they close in on a spot in the playoffs. Lavanga winning huge at Akita Northern Happiness, so they will not clinch that spot today. 84-66, and as you look at the numbers, 34.5% from deep in the end. A couple more free threes. 4 more free throws they made. 4 more shots inside the arc. Won the rebounding battle. 31-28. 8 steals, 1 more steal than their opponents. Blackshear, 17 points, 7 assists. And Johannes Tiemann also coming up with a team high 7 rebounds. Played 23 minutes, 7 rebounds to go with his 10 points. And again, the schedule coming up this weekend. So Brex will be at Nagoya Diamond Dolphins. Could be an opportunity, depending on what GUNMA Crane Thunders do at Lavanga Hokkaido, of closing the gaps. And they trailed them by 3 games coming into today. And Brex are going to win. They're beating Sunrockers Shibuya. So Kyoto will be home against Osaka. That'll be a 2:05 local time start. And again, also it'll be a 3:05 local time start for Lavanga Hokkaido against GUNMA Crane Thunders. Final score 84-66. GUNMA Crane Thunders cruise to victory over KYOTO HANNARYZ. Thanks for watching, everybody.